That's a fact. As the war came to an end and the country was being formed, there was a need to have a new nation's capital. Unfortunately, as part of the political deal, Hamilton and others proposed having this city be placed on the Potomac rather than the Delaware River. The Marquis De Lafayette really did meet the American Army in Bucks County, Warwick Township. He had come over from France, volunteered his services, and he was in Warwick Township in the Sham encampment and probably stayed in the Moland House with George Washington. We always get asked the question about Betsy Ross and her flag, and did it actually fly at the Moland House? And the answer is maybe. There's evidence that the flag was available. Whether or not anyone ran down to Philadelphia, picked one up and brought it back to George is really not documented anywhere. We just don't know, but it makes a great story. Well, that's a probably. We know that Durham Furnace was there. We know that they were manufacturing armaments for the war. There are cannonballs that were made there, so it's really not a real big leap of faith to say that they were used there. And the answer is no. It wasn't built until 1930. It is one of those things that has become legend, and people get confused over the centuries what was really here. Very much like the people who come to Washington's Crossing and see the Washington's Crossing Bridge and wonder why they had to take the ferry. I would have if I was Ben. It was a great trick. I'm sure it amazed all the neighbors to come out and see that. So I would think that he probably did. We know that he was at Growden Mansion. I would think on some occasion he would say to the Galloways, "Hey, let me show you this neat trick." So I get asked the question, was the movie made here? And the answer is no. It was made in a studio in Burbank, California. It could have been made in Bucks County because we do have a number of documented locations where George Washington slept. False, false, and false is the answer to that one. The Leutze painting, which is probably the most iconic reference to Washington's crossing, was painted of the troops crossing the Rhine River, not the Delaware. And certainly, George was not going to stand up in the boat.